Hi, and welcome to Speech 101. This clip is to show you how to show a poster, use a chalkboard, and to manage flip charts as part of your visual options. I've positioned things around the room where they would naturally sit so that when you come into class, you can find them. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is go and locate the easel. The easel is usually located somewhere on this wall. Occasionally it'll flip to the other wall, but most of the time it's here. You should bring that easel and set it right here next to you. Now the easel is pretty easy to operate. There's a little bolt right here that it sometimes will get loosened, and you just simply tighten it up. It's a butterfly clamp on it. You just screw it and tighten it up, and you're good to go. Now some posters are stiff enough to sit on this easel as a standalone. This would be one example of that. But other posters are a little too flimsy, and so you need to have some more support. The way that we support other posters is to take our whiteboard. We have a dry erase board, and we set it up there, and then we place the posters on that. The dry erase board is over here, along with a cover board that can be used. So, prior to your speech, you may want to set these to the back of the room, and when it's time for you to give your speech, simply move them up where they're needed. So we're going to take the white erase board and we're going to place it on the easel, just so. Now, this board can be used if you are into drawing. We did have a student use it for animation one time, but it sits there and it's fairly sturdy. And so what you do want to balance it out. Once it's there, nicely balanced, then you can take your poster and set it in front and reference it as needed. If you want your poster to show the entire time, that's fine, but if you don't, then you might want to use the cover board here. That's this pink board. Use that to cover up your poster until you're ready to reference it. There's a nice big lip on this board, so the cover board and the poster will usually coexist quite nicely. All right? So, cover board, then you remove it, display your poster, and when you're done with your poster, if you don't want it to display, you can simply remove it at that time. Now let's say you have a flip chart that you want to show. Well, you can simply take your flip chart and place it on the easel. I do have a sample flip chart that's sometimes used by students if they just need a page or two. It's located in the back of the room over here. I'm afraid it's been beaten up on a little bit, but it's good for our example today. You simply take your flip chart, place it on the edge of the easel, and you can move your pages back and make your references as needed. Okay? If you want to use the chalkboard, we have a beautiful big old brown chalkboard in our room that's available for you to use. However, if you have a complicated drawing, I recommend that you pre-write it so that when it's time to give your speech, we don't lose a lot of time waiting for you to get the drawing constructed on the board. Now you may say, well, Tangi, if I put it up there, then it will be behind other speakers. That's not a problem. If you put a drawing up on the board before it's time to give your speech, all you have to do is take one of these two boards and place it up there to cover it up. You can see that the boards fit quite nicely and will cover up a lot of things. So, and then when it's time for you to give your speech, you simply remove the board and make reference to your item. Now, you don't have to pre-write it if what you're putting on the board is simple and can be easily drawn in a few seconds. So, that being said, please notify me if you have any questions about any visual in particular, and thank you for your time.